This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we had the time of our lives. Now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand, like the tide that ebbs and flows. Memories will come and go. All of these years where we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We say goodbye, we hold on tight.
Please let's welcome the class of 2013. You can be seated. The Board of Trustees, Dr. Edwin Knox, Vice President of Chief Academic Officer, Academic Affairs, Dr. Alvin Williams, Dean of Sciences, Technology, English, Math, and Health Sciences, Dr. Vadni Maju, Acting Chairperson of the Nursing and Allied Health, Professor Majuvis Solsi, Nursing Program Administrator, Deans, Administrative Staff, Faculty, colleagues, students, guests, parents, friends, and families. Good evening to you all. Good evening to you all. I'm Dr. Lola Oyedele. I'm a nursing faculty in the nursing department, and I'm your master of ceremony for tonight. Steve Jobs says, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your God, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. And I'm sure that the 21 students here tonight can speak to this approach. Completion of the RN program was a great accomplishment that we are all excited to be here tonight to celebrate the success with them. Please join me once more to applaud the graduating class of 2030. Thank you very much. I will now call on Dr. Edwin Knox, Vice President, Academic Affairs, to bring the welcome greetings.
On behalf of Dr. Gail Gibson, I would just simply like to say that her absence is deeply felt because she wanted to be here. Her sister is a nurse, so she's tied to this nursing program very, very tightly. But we had another occasion that she had to get onto, and I told her I would bring a greeting for her and say to the graduating class on her behalf that she's very proud of you. To nursing graduates, members of Essex County, college community, family, and friends, welcome to the pinning ceremony for Essex County College nursing class of 2013. I am Dr. Edwin Knox, Vice President and Academic Officer for Academic Affairs here at Essex County College. It is truly my privilege to greet each and every one of you this evening. As educators, there are few things as important to us as the success of our students. The graduates you see before us tonight are the reason we labor. This is the outcome that we seek. And I must say, it truly does take the proverbial village of administrators, faculty, staff, family, and friends to help our students become the nurses that we see before us tonight. I want to take an opportunity that I think is very important. When you see these young ladies and men up here on the stage, you have to understand that they are, in fact, the result of the labor of some very important people who I hope will stay in their lives and mentor them from this point forward. I would ask you to join me in applauding the faculty responsible for what you see here on the stage. Would all the faculty please stand? Your work, right here. The class of 2013 is a small and very close-knit class. They have worked together to meet all the benchmarks, and they have left no members of the team behind. From what I understand, every member of the class of 2013 has already passed their comprehensives. Good on you. All right. It is also my understanding that two members of the class of 2013, I'm going to ask you to stand for me, and that would be Sasha Zephyr and Mara Cadet. They are already working as RNs. Go on with your bad self. These accomplishments do deserve exactly what you did, and that's the acknowledgement of them. To the graduates, it is my sincere and warmest congratulations. You go out into the world of nursing as well-trained professionals, and I know that you will excel. You will always have a home here at Essex County College. New worlds await you in the service to Essex County and beyond. Make your way wisely and be true to yourselves and your pledge to practice your profession faithfully. I congratulate each of you and your families on a job well done, and I wish you much success. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Knox. Dr. Alvin Williams is the Dean of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, and Health Sciences. Also will bring us some greetings.
Good evening and welcome to you all, our undergrad candidates, and to all of your family and friends. You know, I'm Alvin Williams and I'm the Dean of STEM and Health Sciences, and I'm honored to share this very special occasion with you. I remember well the feeling that comes over you when you make a big accomplishment, and I'm sure that this milestone in your educational lives will be something that you cherish and remember. When I'm around nurses, I often think of the Johnson & Johnson commercial, you know, about that, where nurses are everywhere. Well, that became apparent when Dr. Madu and I went to a conference in Atlanta, and on the way back on the plane, a passenger got sick. And they called for a doctor or a nurse, and Dr. Madu answered the call. And she sprang into action, and I thought I was ready to faint or something. So I tell you that story because I know that you will emulate Dr. Madu. You're going to be some of those people that are going to be everywhere and touch so many people's lives, not only in clinical and hospital situations, but maybe out in society. So I'm glad to have met you and know you, and I wish you much success in whatever you endeavor to do in all the various places that you may find yourself working and so on. So enjoy this moment, and let me end by wishing you my deepest congratulations and warmest wishes for happiness and much success in your profession. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. I will now call on our keynote speaker, but before I do that, I'm going to do a little introduction of the keynote speaker, Professor Gail Gage. She's an associate professor of nursing and has been here at Essex County College for 24 years. She has been a nurse for 36 years and in nursing education since 1986. She started first with the New York City Board of Education. She's currently a PhD candidate at Rutgers University, where she will be completing her dissertation in May. Professor Gage is known for her enthusiasm, energy, and willingness to help all the students, not just her own. If there's one word to sum up Professor Gage, it should be her dedication to the nursing profession, the students, and Essex County College. Thank you, Professor Gage.
Thank you, Dr. Oyedele. First, I'd like to acknowledge our president in her absence, Dr. Gail Gibson, Vice President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Edwin Knox, our Academic Dean, Dr. Alvin Williams, our Chairperson, Dr. Ivani Madu, my colleagues, ECC faculty, staff, students, and any alumni who's in the audience. Also, I'd like to acknowledge friends and family who deemed it not robbery to come out and support their loved ones sitting up here on this stage. And lastly, to the December 2013 nursing graduates, congratulations. Although you are small in number, you are large in heart. Good evening. I've come tonight just to ask you one simple question, and that is, are you ready for your next big challenge? I don't think you heard me. Are you ready for your next big challenge? As I look at your smiling faces, I was hoping that you will be able to answer that question with a resounding yes, as I saw you did. And for me, and now for you, it is the assurance and affirmation that you give yourself that you sit on this stage not by accident, but by your hard work and you overcoming any challenge that has come your way. Joshua Marine says, challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Because you have graduated from nursing school, which I'm sure you felt was one of the greatest challenges you have ever faced up to now, doesn't this give your life meaning? No one could have told you what you would have to face up to now to sit on this stage. Going through what you did was necessary to bring you to this point. You had to learn from your mistakes. You had to recognize your triumphs. You had to overcome those challenges. And you did. And guess what? You're finished. You're now finished with nursing school. It's over. You've achieved your goal. So I ask you again, what is your next big challenge? And are you ready for it? For most of you, probably it's to take the NCLEX exam, right? That's your next big challenge. Yeah. But just as Dr. Knox so aptly told you, 2 of your compadres have already done it. That in itself should tell you it's just another test. And you're well prepared. You have put in a lot of time and effort these last 2 or 3 years to do that. So I want you just to see it as another Zermatt exam. See, you're laughing now. But see it as just another test that you have worked hard to learn what you need to have learned so that you'll be able to pass that test, to overcome that challenge, and to demonstrate your highly intellectual abilities. Yes, you now have high intellectual abilities. Own it, I say, own it. Recognize that this is no accident, that you are here because you have overcome your challenges. Or maybe your next big challenge that you've been thinking about is finding or landing that nursing job. Yes, getting a nursing position in a hospital is not as easy as it used to be. The healthcare landscape has changed, with many hospitals closing locally and statewide. However, I'm telling you, use this opportunity to pursue other positions in non-traditional settings, like home care and hospice and dialysis. These areas were once closed to the new associate grad, but now they hold opportunities that serve to expand your knowledge and skill set. Yes, it may sound like a challenge, but you're prepared. Or perhaps you've heard about the initiative by many hospitals to hire just BSN students, to shut you out because you don't have that 4-year degree. I tell you, don't buy into that. That may be the case for some, but it is not the case for all. So I tell you, see this as a challenge to go back to school, obtain a higher degree, situate yourself for not only the opportunity to work in a hospital eventually, but to gain a better position with better pay and the chance of faster advancement. And with that advanced education and that advanced degree, you may find that you don't want to work in a hospital. Perhaps you'll want to become a school nurse or a visiting nurse, or go on and become a nurse practitioner or a nurse educator or a nurse scientist like myself. Yes, you are your own brand now. Market it as one. Take the challenge. Go back to school. I can show you the way to become a perpetual student and love it. Or maybe you see the challenge in transitioning from student to working nurse. All I can say to you is that if you put more into your patients and you recognize their needs and you put their needs above your wants, then you will meet the challenge of being a great nurse. So some of what I've said sounds challenging, doesn't it? But I want you to look at this challenge not as a negative event or something to shy away from. No. In fact, I want you to embrace this challenge with your whole soul and your whole heart and watch the results. A challenge can be your motivator to move forward, to energize your ethos, to release that adrenaline necessary to raise your pulse and your blood pressure. You know, fight or flight. Get you ready for what is ahead, to survive, prevail, win the good fight, to move you to the next level. Are you ready? Are you ready? Only a challenge can force you to bring your A game and to cause you to purposely become a full-time critical thinker and therefore embrace being an excellent nurse. So whatever your next big challenge may be, and only you know for sure, use it to make your life meaningful as a person and as a nurse. For to be a nurse is to be in service of others and to meet many challenges that may present themselves along the way. So as I close, from that nurse who made it her life's work to take care of the poorest of poor, Mother Teresa, she said, "Let no one ever come to you without you leaving them better and happier. Be the living expression of God's kindness. Let your patients see kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, and kindness in your smile. Therefore, when you leave the presence of your patient, it is quite evident then that a nurse has been there, challenges and all." Thank you and congratulations. Know that I love you and I applaud you all tonight.
Thank you, Professor Gage. That was beautifully done, and I hope you took every word and you will implement that. And I wish you success. We're going to the next thing on the agenda we have here. It's presentation of pins, and I'm going to call Dr. Ivani Harrison Madu to please come up and speak to us a little bit about the pins, and then Professor Sauce is going to assist with pinning. I need a nurse. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, family, faculty, Dr. Knox, Dean Williams, and more importantly, you're the most important commodity in this room, right? Class of 2013. Right, most of us today doesn't know what the pin means, right? Okay. So historically, way back in 1860, Florence Nightingale was honored with the Red Cross of St. George, and for her selfishness and injury to her injured men during the Korean War. And this became standard. And then a school in 1916, this became the standard way they award the Medal of Excellence. And the pin is a significance of your hard work, so you get it as a medal. But I want to personalize it today by saying to you that I believe that the pin is passing the baton. And the pin means that you will go out and care for your patient diligently. So I feel that the pin means that we are passing on to you caring so you can pass it on to your patient. Right? Well, as a nurse, caring is treating others and your patient with respect and kindness.
Caring is stretching yourself, reaching to new levels of excellence. Caring is transforming healthcare through research, education, and service. So now that you're well prepared, you will go out and care for your patient. Put on the pants. That's it. Thank you.
Brian Abramson. Jennifer Agaro. Mimi Apo. Shalena Alexander. Coral J. Branch. Katrina Chapman. Mark Cadet R.N. Roxana Edwards. Tara Folenza. Kayla Don Gillespie. Pamela Ignacio.
Hey, mommy.
Rosa Lopez. Padashri Mango.
Mango, my friend.
Mavia Megos. Yamwembe Edward.
Wait a minute. This guy's in my flat. What are you doing? Thought I was in my class.
Natalie White Smith.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! That's my daughter. Yeah. Yeah.
Nadej Zachary. And Sasha Sepa R.N.
That's just.
Thank you very much, Professor Tulsi and Professor Lee. Thank you. Shalena Alexander, please come forward for the recitation of the Nightingale Pledge.
Nursing graduates, please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge and the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalena. That is a big pledge that you've done, and you need to owe that to your profession. We will call on Professor Lowry to present awards and scholarships.
Good evening. Congratulations again. The first award goes to the salutatorian of the class who earned a GPA of 3.75. We don't have grade inflation in nursing. And this GPA was earned by Jennifer Agrara. That's like a 4.8 444 in any other discipline. Our valedictorian earned a GPA of 3.82, and her name is Mommy. She is Natalie White's.
Yeah. Go ahead, Natalie. You decide that more.
Our next award is the Leadership Award, and this goes to the class president, who often sacrifices important study time to minister to the class, to take care of bureaucratic matters and little problems that crop up. And sometimes, they really have to sacrifice a lot of their time in this role, and sometimes don't do as well academically, but that's not the case for Natalie. She is an outstanding leader and scholar. So Natalie White-Smith. This is one of my favorite awards. This is the Award for Clinical Excellence, but I always call it the Florence Nightingale Award anyway, because Florence Nightingale was the first person to realize that nursing needed to be the result of organized educational pursuit, that it wasn't casual, that it needed to be a discipline. And so this is the Florence Nightingale Award. And this is, this year, going to two individuals because they were both so outstanding that the faculty was just completely split down the middle. We all thought they were both fantastic, and so we had to give it to two people. So I would like to welcome Amali Ratnapala and Sasha Zephyr.
At this point, I would just like to personally and publicly acknowledge the class of 2013, and especially the officers who have made it from Nursing 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have worked together, me as the nursing advisor, student advisor, and I would say this class was really united in whatever they wanted to do. And Natalie was always in my office and all the other officers. So at this point, I would like to call on Natalie. Please stand up, the President, and Vice President Shalina Alexander, the Treasurer, Roxanne, and Maria. Okay. And of course, to the whole class for making up to our pinning tonight. Thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you, Professor Larry and Professor Salsi. I will call on Natalie Smith. I think you're used to coming up here, so you just want to come one more time and give your students' remark. Natalie.
Give me a minute. Get my paper sorted out. Good evening. On behalf of the graduating class of fall 2013, thank you all for your presence tonight. Well, what can we say that has not already been said about nursing school? That is hard, it is challenging, that all the crying students on YouTube were not paid actors, they were for real. We thought we were smart until we started nursing school at Essex County College. Many of us started with a 4.0 GPA and an "I'm all of that" attitude. Until our first exam in Nursing 1, where we were told we had to study 15 chapters. Prior to nursing, we were smart but not curious. We were driven but not focused. The work was hard but not challenging. We thought we knew how to wash our hands until we met Professor Gage, where we found out we had to use the entire Happy Birthday song to get it done. We thought we knew how to walk until we had to practice for days in order to prove to Professor Zermack that we knew how to walk with a cane and a crutch. We thought we knew how to communicate until we had to do therapeutic communication with our psychiatric patients in a room filled with other psychiatric patients. We thought we knew parenting until we had to visit the neonate intensive care unit and the pediatric unit and had a loss for words for the hurting parents. We also learned that SOB meant shortness of breath and that BS was for blood sugar. 39% of the American population attend community college. Today, I am proud to say that I am an Essex County College nursing graduate because those who have gone before us have led the path of excellence in nursing knowledge and care. We now have the privilege of carrying on this legacy. We started on a solid foundation. Let us therefore build on all the way to the top so that we can show those naysayers that excellence can come from ECC. Thank you to all the professors, theory and clinical, who have dedicated their lives to passing on all they have learned to us. We are leaving the nursing programs, not just nursing students, but well-rounded, practical, sensible human beings. We have been provided not only with textbook experience, but at every instance, our professors have attempted to give us a glimpse into the real world as it stands today. Can I say that we're fully prepared? Absolutely not. Because we have to create our own life experiences as we grow in nursing. To our professors, thank you for being excellent role models. When I say professors, I am not only referring to the professors in nursing here at Essex, but all those who have played an integral role in our overall success. ECC Honors Program is a wonderful program that creates excellence. So thank you, Professors Doherty, Barry, Kalfani, and all those professors who challenged our minds. Thank you, Professor Chestnut, for being a mentor and a great support for student success. Your efforts are forever appreciated. To our family and friends, please join me in giving them a round of applause. Thanks to you all for being our guinea pigs, our patients, our bank accounts, our therapists, our cheerleaders, our babysitters, our live-in helps, spiritual guides, caterers, and the list can go on and on, I'm sure. You have felt all the emotions that any human being can experience for the duration of our program. So we now know that you don't just tolerate us, you truly love us. Thanks to my wonderful husband. This graduation means as much to me as it does to you. You have been there for me and so much more. Thanks for all your patience during the times when you were neglected. You were my Superman, because unlike the other graduates, you had to deal with a pregnant nursing student in her final semester and trimester. I love you, honey. To the graduates, we have been elevated from the low-level ranks of nursing students to the low-level ranks of new grad nurse. We can no longer blame any weight gain on nursing snacking before, or because we have no time to cook due to the 30 chapters we had to read for our exams. We can thank nursing school for building not only our brain muscles, but our biceps from dragging around those books. It seems the criteria for the nursing book weight was 10 pounds, and they all had to be written in the King James Version font, and even read at the King James Version sometimes. Never forget that what we learned in nursing, that we provide nursing diagnosis and not medical diagnosis. Even though we diagnosed everyone, including ourselves, over the past 2 years with all sorts of mental and physical ailments. I think my doctor just tolerates me now. Never forget to stand up tall and do the superwoman before every stressful event. Or if eating a peppermint or smelling lavender is your thing, but remember to breathe. Thank you all for believing in me and trusting in me as your class president. Even at the end, when my pregnancy hormones were in full throttle. You can breathe a sigh of relief now. I will no longer be filling your email inbox with reminders and updates. Thanks to all the officers, Vice President Shalena, Roxana Treasurer, Marvia Secretary, for stepping up when I couldn't go anymore, and my little bundle of joy rendered me incapable mentally. Thank you for supporting me and giving this your best shot. Whether you move on to continue your education or enter the work field, or both, we have been given the privilege to partake in the most vulnerable part of the human experience. When people allow us to enter their intimate spaces, to do for them what they cannot do for themselves, let's approach this with the same respect and dignity that we would like for ourselves and our loved ones. Let's have respect for the creation and continue to honor the Creator and seek His continual guidance in our practice. Let's continue to practice our therapeutic communication skills and accept the fact that people deal with illnesses differently. Remember, when people will forget what you said and what you did, they will never forget how you made them feel. Finally, may you continue to look outside of yourself at the bigger community around you and become involved in whatever ways you can. Join organizations that make a difference in our community, like the Concerned Black Nurses of the North, the National Black Nurses Association, and National League for Nurses, just to name a few. Understand that after all is said and done, it is not what is done, it is not what you've given to yourself that lasts. It is what you've given of yourself that lasts. Thank you all, and let's go show the New Jersey Board of Nursing what we are made of.
Thank you very much, Natalie. That was well spoken. And congratulations to you all. Before we close this program, on behalf of the nursing department, I would like to thank all that worked behind the scenes to make this event a success. The facilities department, graphics, printing for the invitation and program, NET and the theater crew, adjunct faculty, alumni and nursing students who are here tonight to assist at tonight's pinning ceremony. VP for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edwin Knox, Dr. Williams, Dr. Madu, deans, administrative staff, faculty, and the support staff. Keynote speaker, Professor Gil Gage, parents, families, spouses, children, friends who supported our graduates. And finally, the graduates, keep in touch and go out there and show excellence in all you do as a product of ECC. The graduate now invites everyone to the reception ceremony following this event. It's going to be on the 4th floor in the multi-purpose room. Kindly remain in your seats until our graduates have recessed. Thank you and have a nice evening.
beautiful people.